Hi everyone, this video reviews how to simplify compound fractions. So that's examples 6, 7, and 8 of lesson 1-4. So the first thing you always want to do with a compound fraction is to make sure that the numerator and the denominator are in one term, unless you're dealing with a very special case. And we'll get to the special case, example 8, in just a few minutes. So what I see up here with example 6 is that I want to combine x over y plus 1. So I need common denominators to do that. Now this 1 is going to be changed into the common denominator of y. So y over y is actually equal to 1. These are equal. So if I was to add this, I would get x plus y over y. And that is my numerator. In my denominator, I need common denominators again. So this one changes into x over x. That's what it's equal to. So now I can combine these using subtraction. X minus y all over x. So this is actually my compound fraction. Now remember, this fraction mark means divide. So this entire thing actually means divide these things, like that. Okay, so to divide that, I just flip this fraction and change to multiplying. So it's x plus y over y times x over x minus y. Now all I do is I just multiply these and I'm done. So it's x times x plus y over y times x minus y. Now this can't be simplified at all. If you wanted to, you could distribute those variables in, but that really doesn't help me much. So that's it for that example. Now this next example is going to take a little bit more room, so I'm going to erase that answer and we will go ahead and get a little more room for that. Okay, so in this example, again, I need to combine these. They need common denominators. So this fraction is going to be multiplied by a plus h over a plus h. And the first fraction is going to be multiplied by a over a. Okay, and remember this was subtraction in between. Don't want to lose that. So I'm going to multiply that through. In the numerator, I'll have an a here. In the denominator, it will be a times a plus h. And over here, I'm going to be subtracting 1 times this. So it's minus a plus h. Okay, so that is the expression in my numerator. And that can be simplified. This thing simplifies to a minus a, which is 0. And I'm still subtracting this h because it was minus this whole thing. So I get negative h there. And it's all over a times a plus h. Now, the denominator was just divided by h. So this thing is just divide by h. Okay? So fraction division says I flip this second thing and change to multiplying. So to flip this, I just put it under 1 and I change to multiplying. Now all I need to do is reduce. Negative h reduced by h is just negative 1. Okay, so I just multiply through and I get negative 1 over a times a plus h. And that's my final result for example 7. There it is. Okay, now for our last example. This one is really complicated because it has those fractional exponents. So what I'm going to do is make it less complicated. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to look at this exponent here, the negative exponent, and I'm going to say I don't want it to be a negative exponent. I want it to be positive or 0. So if I multiply this by 1 plus x squared to the positive 1/2, what that's going to do is these two exponents are going to combine to 0. And that's a good thing because anything to the 0 power is just 1. These exponents are going to combine into 1, and this is no longer going to have a fractional exponent, which means that this entire thing is going to get much easier. So let's see how that works. Now remember, I'm not allowed to just multiply by this in the numerator. I have to do that over itself. Okay, so this is a nice trick when you have these really scary expressions like this. So I'm just going to multiply it through. This times this is just 1 plus x squared to the first power. These multiply together to get 1 plus x squared to the 0 power. And then in the denominator, this was 1 plus x squared to the first. So I need to add those exponents. So I get 1 plus x squared to the 3/2. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to take care of that 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is 1. So this is really 1 times x squared. So I'm just going to erase that and do 1 times x squared right there. Now I can simplify this subtraction because this is to the first power, so it's like that isn't even there. So I have 1 plus x squared minus x squared, which is just 1. So this is 1 over 1 plus x squared to the 3/2. And that is my simplified version. Okay, so that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any questions.